Welcome to the ArmaniTalks YouTube channel. I'm your host, ArmaniTalks. In this channel, we are discussing communication skills, and in this episode, I'm going to give you 3 different paths towards thick skin. What is that one thing, Armani, if I work on inside and out, will make the rest of my communication skills journey much easier? It's thick skin. Because when you toughen up, what happens is there's a bunch of cascading effects. You no longer allow shyness to bother you. Social anxiety now fuels you. That energy is being channeled and directed. You're able to conquer speech anxiety. You worry less about what others are thinking of you, and you could use that creative insights to invest in, creating content, investing in a hobby, and much more. By conquering thick skin, you conquer a lot of other elements of the communication skills world. The issue is that we feel as though that thick skin is just going to randomly pop up out of nowhere. Sure, eventually as we're growing up, we're maturing throughout our lives, we have no choice in the matter. We have to eventually become tougher towards a certain degree because nature is constantly reminding us, the world is neutral. The world is not favorable towards you. It's not unfavorable towards you. You just gotta pick the right narrative that works for you. Which one is it gonna be? Nature is constantly reminding us that we need to put thick skin as a top priority. Otherwise, it's going to be a lesson that we learn the hard way. But once we make it a priority, once we make that commitment where we say, man, I want this, man, we start to change our perception as a whole. We start to embrace conflicts. We start to showcase more gratitude towards win. And we start to gently invite more chaos into our lives. All that happens once you change your perception. In this episode, I'm going to give you 3 different paths, which are highly unique, but I recommend you combine them and you make thick skin a priority. Because like I said earlier, this journey towards becoming tougher helps you improve so many other parts of your life. You become a bigger winner. The world wins when you toughen up. So let's get started off with the first path. This path is for the people that love to move. They can't stand still. If you can't stand still and you love to move, you need to move in a direction where it's not all over the place. And the direction that you're moving towards is doing acts that slightly bug you. It makes you feel uncomfortable. And this is relative. For different people, making eye contact is something that they find extremely uncomfortable. So if you're choosing path 1 of doing things that create discomfort, you gotta maintain eye contact a little bit longer. You gotta maintain eye contact with strangers. You need to initiate eye contact. This is just one example. If you hate swimming, then you need to gently pick up swimming. If you hate public speaking, then you need to guide your movement, your actions towards giving more speeches. Anytime that you're doing something that makes you uncomfortable, what happens is you're taking your internal world to the gym. Just like we go to the gym and we lift weights, we work out, we do pull-ups. In the emotional intelligence world, we do challenging tasks that make us question our self-image. This is the first path towards building thick skin, and this is the one that requires a whole bunch of movement. The second path is the complete opposite. This is the one where you don't have any movement at all. And although this one seems easier than path 1, it can be more difficult. This path is the art of ignoring. Have you ever had that one moment when you're minding your own business and someone just randomly comes into your life and starts causing issues? Let's say you write a blog post and it's just getting crucified. You're being left a whole bunch of mean comments. Your pride, your self-worth wants to attack these people back. And not attacking them back is something that your pride views as weak. They're calling you mean names. You're not going to call them mean names back. So your mind automatically drifted towards calling them mean names back, which means that this is the common thing to do. People love to clap back. What's difficult is to read the comment and do absolutely nothing. This works out your thick skin because, as I stated in point 1, emotional intelligence, working your emotional muscles, is doing things that are tough. And it's tough to fight against the waves of your mind that's saying, yo, clap back at this hater. When you don't say anything, you ignore, you feel that tension. This is what people mean by taking the high road, letting someone have the last word, letting them think that they're right, saying absolutely nothing. Even though this seems as though in the physical world, you're not doing anything, you would think this isn't much. In the internal world, you are toughening your skin. You're becoming more battle tested. That's path 2. Path 3 is hands down my favorite, and I believe path 3 makes the first 2 paths way easier, which is why earlier in the video I said you combine all 3. Path 3 is humor. Learn to laugh. Learn to joke around. And when you can joke around, what happens is what others consider as you being thick-skinned, you consider as play. To give you an example, not too long ago, I had 2 friends that happened to be brothers, and the older brother just kept making fun of the little brother's wardrobe. He was saying, dude, look at your shoes, man. You're wearing lugs. People used to wear lugs in year 2003. You're a grown dude still wearing those kinds of shoes. Actually, you know what? It's not just your shoes that's the problem. Your whole wardrobe is tacky. You don't dress right. And he's just belittling his little brother in front of all these different people. And his little brother is just laughing at him or with him, or better yet, combined. Once this whole interaction ends, I go up to the little brother. I'm like, dude, didn't you get upset? How'd you end up being so tough to handle all that? And the little brother looks back at me and says, handle what? I was like, dude, your older brother was just making fun of you in front of all these different people and you're just laughing. He's like, well, yeah, man, that's just my older brother being an idiot. And he starts chuckling some more. This is brilliant because what he did was he took away the importance of the attacks. We get extremely sensitive when we amplify the importance, but when we take away the importance, this is an emotional intelligence cheat code that you can unlock with humor. So humor is the best way, the funnest way to build thick skin. Oftentimes, when we think of mental toughness, we equate it with us looking like this the whole time. And we completely neglect the word fun. But the word fun and mental toughness have the same exact effects. What is mental toughness? It's going through the good and the bad and taking purposeful action. What is fun? Going through the good and the bad and taking purposeful action. If you're someone who plays sports, let's say basketball, have you ever had that one moment when you're having so much fun playing basketball and randomly you land on your ankle, you sprain your ankle, you feel pain, yet you continue to play? It's not as though you're not feeling the pain, it's just the act of having fun, of playing basketball, overrides that pain. If you evaluated that as you being mentally tough, it feels as though you're battling against the world. When you adopt the mentality that you're just having fun, it's when you are not battling against the world, you are the world. It's a paradigm flip. So you just want to assess your personality and see which path is right for you, or better yet, which paths are right for you. Nature is consistently telling us that thick skin is something that you need to make a priority. It is so freaking important, and it doesn't matter which field you are in. One way, shape, or form, you're going to have to deal with people, and in one way, shape, or form, those people are going to have annoying personalities that you naturally don't vibe with. But if you took the paths beforehand, the path of doing hard tasks, the path of ignoring, and the path of leveraging humor, when you encounter someone like this, they're not bugging you. Rather, they're making your armor even stronger, tougher. The world wins when you thicken your skin. The world wants you to be tough. And as you become tough, you're able to radiate that authentic personality that you've been holding out on. It's time to unleash it. Toughen your skin, adopt whichever paths work for you, intertwine them, create that synergy, and level up your emotional intelligence. Thank you for joining the Armani Talks YouTube channel, and I'll catch you on the next episode.